Hey y'all, welcome to Tierra Sur. We have a really fun dish here for you today, and we're going to start out at the grill. The dish for you is going to be some grilled half chickens with a strawberry risotto and some spring peas. It's going to be super, super fun. Nice little Parmesan cream sauce. Going to be really, really nice. So first, very hot to grill. We have a beautiful chicken here that we have split. We've taken these off the bone, so the only bones in here are going to be the leg and the thigh, as well as the little drumette that we've left. That carcass, please do not throw that away. Use that for stock or soup or whatever your heart desires, but it is delicious. Now, what we're going to do first is brush this chicken with a little bit of beef tallow. This is going to help with an even distribution of cooking on the grill, as well as kind of help it pick up those nice smoky flavors coming from our white oak and our mesquite. Then we're going to season generously with a house-made lemon pepper that we have here. You can always make this yourself or very easily. It's much easier to just buy it at the store. This is made with green and pink peppercorns, lemon zest that we dry out in the oven, a little bit of citric acid, and some salt. Next, we're going to brush the other side, again, with some of that lovely beef tallow. The beef tallow we make in-house, trying not to waste anything here. We take all of our scraps, grind them down, turn them into tallow. And again, with that lemon pepper on both sides. So we are going to let these go just until that skin releases. We're going to flip them quite a few times, trying to ensure that there's an even cooking, as well as that that lovely skin doesn't get too crispy and go towards that burnt side. So we'll see you back here when these finish off. All right, so now that our chicken has finished cooking, it's about 155. Now, don't come after me. I know 165 is the correct doneness for chicken. But these are large pieces, and they are going to carry over to 165. If you cook your chicken to 165, you are going to end up with dry chicken almost every single time, especially chicken breasts. So these are about 155, like I said. We're going to pull these off, and we're going to let these rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's going to allow the juices to kind of redistribute. Again, with that carryover cooking, is going to allow them to come up to the proper temp. And while those rest, we're going to go inside and we are going to make the strawberry risotto, which should take us just about 10 minutes. And we'll see you in there. Alrighty, so we're inside and we're going to start making our risotto and everything to go along with that. First things first, though, is that we have to make our Parmesan cream. This is a super, super easy sauce, super versatile. For us, because we're a meat restaurant, right? No dairy. This is a meat dish, no dairy for us. So we are using a vegan Parmesan cheese. We're just going to take this and put it straight into a high-powered blender. Some shallot right in. Few cloves of garlic, and this is some oat milk, just enough to basically come about level with the vegan parm that's in there. So we're going to start this off on low, crank it up to high speed, let this go for a little over 5 minutes. And what that's going to do is it's going to emulsify the cheese, the vegan cheese, with the milk or the oat milk that we have in there. The heat, the friction from the blade is going to cause heat and going to allow that to kind of emulsify. So we'll get that started now. All right, so this has been going for a few minutes. You can see, I don't know if you can see, there's steam coming up from the spout here. I feel that it's hot. Turn this down. Perfect. So what you're looking for when you taste it is just no gritty mouthfeel at all. Should just be nice and clean, super, super smooth. We're going to transfer this just into a quart container or any container. And this is going to be our Parmesan cream sauce that we're going to finish our risotto with, and just kind of just adds a nice depth of flavor. All right, so let's get started with the risotto. Nice pan here. We're going to add a little olive oil. This is going to get hot, so we're not adding extra virgin olive oil. We're just adding a mild olive oil to this. Going to add our rice. Always toast your rice. So we're just going to saute this till we get kind of a nice, almost golden brown. Right before we reach that, we're going to add some nice small diced white onion. Always keeping this moving. Basically, you'll notice the rice start to absorb that oil. And I think we're right at that point where we're going to add our small diced onion. And then over to my left here, we just have a hot vegetable stock that we're going to be adding to this. We're going to do this slowly. Basically what we're doing here is we're just hydrating the rice. We're going to add a ladleful, a couple ladlefuls, so that liquid mostly cooks off. Then we're going to add more and more and more until we reach that desired texture. Process in total, cooking the risotto shouldn't take you more than 10-15 minutes, which is the perfect amount of time for that chicken to be resting off to the side after you take that off the grill. See what I mean by all of the liquid kind of cooking off? You can see starting to get a little sticky. You'll be able to see and feel kind of this starch of the rice. So we're basically what we call sec or dry. So we're going to add a little bit more stock. We're going to season with just a touch of salt. We're not going to add too much because, again, our Parmesan cream is going to have a bit of salinity to it. Now, one thing to keep in mind when making risotto, you can, at home, can make risotto any way that you'd like. If you like your rice more cooked, you absolutely can do it that way. But just know that when we make it here at the restaurant, we try to be as true to the original as possible. So our risotto is always going to come out al dente, or toothsome, meaning that it does have a bit of texture to it still. Right, and always tasting as you're going, seasoning as you think you need. And with risotto, checking for doneness. This is going to need to go a little bit longer. Alrighty, at this point, most of the liquid's been cooked off. I'm going to kill the heat. Get our other pan ripping hot. Now, while this is going, still absorbing some of that liquid, I'm going to finish off with the Parmesan cream. Kind of letting the rice absorb more of that flavor. And lastly, our strawberries. And that rice will just continue to absorb, even off the heat, just the heat from the pan and the rice. So we'll put this to the side. Last thing to go on our dish. Then a little oil. Some nice English peas. These have already been blanched off. Where? We're going to season these with salt and pepper and kind of just reheating through. And those are finished. 10 seconds, super easy. So with this, with the strawberries, the peas, the lemon pepper on the chicken, we're going to go with the momentous rosé. Should be absolutely fantastic with this. Add a little bit of this to the risotto. It'll be perfect. Alrighty, like we say in the restaurant, hot plates, hot food. So, I'm gonna take these out of the oven. Again, at home, you can make your risotto however you'd like. You can cook it more or less. You can make it tighter if you'd like. Tighter meaning less, there's a little more liquid in this. What we're gonna do is spoon on some generous portions of our delicious risotto and strawberries. Next, we're going to take some of our peas. And finish with a few fresh basil leaves. There you have it. Lemon pepper grilled chicken, strawberry risotto, and some English peas. All right, let's give this a try. Excited. Risotto's really nicely cooked. I really dig the strawberry in this. The risotto and the Parmesan cream and all that is very rich, and the strawberry just kind of brightens and freshens everything up. Chicken is absolutely perfect. Remember I said 155? Perfectly cooked. Nice and juicy. And yeah, it's a star with the wine. Brings everything together. Well, I hope you really make this at home. It is absolutely fantastic. Perfect for the summer. Yeah, we'll see y'all soon. Enjoy.